Hello, beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to take you through a behind the scenes training on how I find incredibly high value bridal Facebook groups that are local to my community. I'm really strategic with what groups I am investing my time into because I want to ensure that my time is going to have an exchange and it's going to bring new clients into my world. This is why I choose only 3 to 5 high value Facebook groups to actually involve myself in. I'm going to take you through how behind the scenes I find those high value groups. I'm going to show you specifically the Perth ones, but I'm also then going to show you how I would look for which groups that I would join. Now it's a bit of a process because you do want to join as many groups as possible, but then once you're inside the group, you then want to evaluate, is it high value or is it just a sales vendor Facebook group? And those groups won't convert. Even if they've got only 1 to 2 clients comments per post, it still won't convert to the level as high value Facebook groups. So the first thing I'm looking for is I'm looking for the number of members that are actually in the group. Don't be discouraged if it is a low number of members, because even if it was under 500, those 500 members could be highly qualified or high value and they might convert more. So don't be discouraged by the number of members, but what I am more so looking for is the number of posts each week, each day, and each month. If there is nothing in here, so say for example, this would be a high value group from the outside looking in because it's got 3.4k members and it's got 5 posts a day. We don't service the Southwest, which is why I'm not joining it. But if I were servicing the Southwest, then I would join the Facebook group. Sometimes those 5 posts a day can actually be, when you're in the group, not 5 brides posting. It could actually be 5 vendors selling their services. And so that would be a low value group. If it was 5 posts a day and they were 5 brides asking for referrals and commenting and having a conversation and building connection with their community, that would be a high value group. Because the more brides that are communicating with each other, the more vendors that are communicating with each other and the brides, the more higher the value of the group. Because they're building that community, they're building that trust in the conversations that they're having in the group. If the group has only got sales post after sales post after sales post and maybe 1 or 2 comments, that is low value because the likelihood of somebody actually booking you from a comment or a post on that is very low. So the next thing I'm looking for is, auctions doesn't really apply. Elopements, we don't really do elopements in our brand. Again, I wouldn't really worry too much about this. For me, what I would recommend is that you join all of the groups that are local to you and then you sift through what is a high value group and unfollow what is not. So for example, this is our high value Perth group. So I'm going to jump in here and I'm going to show you. We've only got one really high value group that I'm always in. So you can see in here from the high value, it's got 16.8k members. And there are also, as I'm scrolling through, so many brides actually asking for recommendations for hair and makeup. So many brides, oh look, yeah, we would have commented on there. Okay, so there's literally every single post is a bride asking for feedback or referrals or recommendations of a vendor. So this is a high value Facebook group. This is where all of our brides who convert come from. So here's an example of even a selling post. This post would not have converted or gotten any result in any of those other Facebook groups, but because this particular Facebook group is high value, you can see here that there are many comments on her page on that one post. This post would have gotten no conversion, no comments, nothing, no engagement, nothing in any other Facebook group. But because this is a high value Facebook group, she's getting high value engagement. Okay. So, again, she's also selling her services and selling her services. So I'm always looking for the value of the brides. So the number of brides who are posting And I want to make sure there's like a balance. If not, I want to make sure that there's more brides posting than there is vendors posting, because vendors posting and selling their services actually dulls the group. But the more brides that are posting, or the more grooms that are posting, is the more the community actually builds. And that's what creates a high value community. So you want to immerse yourself in that community by adding value in your posts, and you want to immerse yourself in that community by recommending your services when somebody is asking for your services. So an example of that would be, so you can see here, this is in the training today, I spoke about how little engagement or how little results that selling your services in this group will give you. This is a perfect example. However, if we scroll up here, in this one post here, a bride is requesting wedding hair and makeup packages, budget friendly, and there's 26 comments on here. So you can see that not only this, we've even commented on here. There we are. So you can see that right now, from me responding to this one post, I'm directly speaking to the bride who is absolutely ready to book in her hair and makeup artist. If I posted into the Facebook group and I was like, we're selling our services, we are a bridal hairstylist team, and you can book with us at any time, yes, people will be able to find us, but it doesn't look that appealing when there's zero engagement. When you start to engage on people who are literally looking for you, it not only increases your exposure and your visibility to the rest of the Facebook group, but you're actually immersing yourself in that community, and you are building more omnipresence, which is incredible for your brand. So this was us engaging in this group. This is what we consistently do every single day. We go through here and we actually search for wedding hair. And that will bring up all of the posts. So what we actually look for is most recent here. And we start to see who is actually looking for us. So now we can see that she's not even mentioned wedding hair. Don't know why these guys are showing up. Videographer. So I might actually remove wedding and just put in hair. Okay, here's an example. So this will show up everybody who has posted requesting for recommendations and referrals of hairstylists. So you can see that we've already posted on there. We would have posted on here. Yep, we're on there, so you can see me right there. We would post it on here. So the more you're building your omnipresence on every single one of these posts, even if this bride doesn't book you because she's already booked in somebody, even if she doesn't choose you, she chooses somebody else will come into this group and they will search for hair recommendations. They want to know who is being recommended and being referred. And if they search for this exact same process, they're going to go onto the comments and they're going to look for who is standing out. Now, they're going to do that throughout the whole group. They're going to look through and try and find a recommendation or referral. So even if the bride that you've commented on her original post doesn't choose you or book in with you, then there's potential that you've left a trail of breadcrumbs for the next bride who is searching for you to actually find you. This is incredible. This gets incredible results. And if you are even more powerful and you make that one response stand out even more incredible, then you will get an even higher conversion from these responses. So I'll just take you through here. So she's asking for wedding hair and makeup packages. She has mentioned budget friendly, and she is mentioned the dates and details, right? So if you scroll through here, what is actually standing out to you? To me, it's the images that are standing out and the bigger posts. So posts that are offering more than just hands down or I'd love to help. I mean, she's still got the photos in there and it's great work. Incredible. So there's literally just people responding and just tagging the name. I want to encourage you to take it even further, to be even more creative in your response. You can literally create a Canva graphics which will showcase all of your most incredible brides or all of your most incredible results. And you can put it together in a compilation, like a grid like this, right? Or you could even do individual photos. So what we used to do to really dominate this when we were doing it a while ago is that we used to have the 5 top looks that everybody was obsessed with, the 5 top trending looks that every bride was asking for, and we would tag them in there underneath our response. So that would make us stand out even more, because we would have this really jaw-dropping, bloody lead generation response highlighting our point of difference, highlighting why the fuck they should book with us, highlighting why we stand out, highlighting our level of expertise and experience, and then we would then follow by all of the top trending looks that we've created for our brides. So not only are we standing out in our lead gen response, but we're also standing out from a visual aspect because we've got all the looks that every bride is typically showing us in their trials. So that is one way that you can really stand out in your lead gen response for brides who are looking specifically for you in high value Facebook groups. This is how we have gotten 5 clients in 2 days just last week using this one strategy for the last week, literally. So what I would recommend when you are creating your lead generation response is that you're creating something that is making you stand out. It's highlighting your point of difference, highlighting why they should book with you, and actually creating more like you're really confidently demanding your space in the industry. You're highlighting why they should choose you over everybody else. That is the difference between just being like, hair and makeup as well as tans and bridal skincare packages available. What I would also recommend to take it one step further is to actually personalize this as much as possible. So it's not just a copy and paste, it's actually bringing in an element of connection, because connection builds trust and trust and connection build conversion. So we want to basically focus on how can we build trust and connection with this one post and make ourselves stand out. This is your opportunity to literally convert a bride who is literally looking for you right fucking now. There's not many times that you will get this level of opportunity. So if you're wanting to book more brides, this one strategy will change everything for you. So you can see in here, I've gone, hey Michelle, speaking directly to her. I'm also speaking to her inspo pic. There's nobody else that's spoken about her inspo pic. Nobody else has even noticed. The one thing about selling is actually understanding what your client is looking for. Building that connection with what she's asking, what her challenge is. So if you're in this comment actually highlighting that I've taken the time to pay attention to what you are wanting, I could have written in here, budget friendly, but I'm not that brand. So that would be another thing that I could have reflected back to her, is that one of her question was budget friendly, but she's also highlighted the looks that she's looking for. Well, we are fucking great at that. Our whole team is great at that. So I know that we can do that. So instead of focusing on the budget friendly, I actually focused on that we have the best news. We're available for your gorgeous wedding date and we'd love to make your day phenomenal. We're Perth's #1 bridal hairstylist for a reason, and we invite you to inquire on our website contact page, and our highly supportive team will send you through your personal proposal in the next few hours. I am highlighting so many points of difference about our experience, about our service, about our brand in that one comment. Nobody else's. What do you think is going to stand out? So if you want to put this on steroids, grab all of 3 to 5 of your high value, jaw-dropping inspo pics that you've created that clients are obsessed with, that has performed really well on Instagram, and use that in your comments. So what you could go here and you could go reply, and then you can add that photo. Reply, add that photo. So you literally take up more space. You are visibly taking up more space on this post. You will stand out. That bride will inquire with you. Okay. So that is how you look for your high value Facebook groups and how you create a high value standout lead gen response that will convert. Absolutely. Okay, so now we're going to lead into answering with authority on, actually, before we lead into that, I'm trying to think if I have an example on that. I don't think I do, but what I would share with you is answering brides who are asking for questions. Let me see if I can find one actually. Okay, this would be an example, right? So instead of selling my services or at the same time of selling my services, she's actually sharing her fear of her hair not being able to hold this style, right? Because she's got Asian hair and it likes to stay straight. So to stand out, I could actually go through my phone and find one of our brides who has Asian hair and then has done a very similar style. And I could literally show her the results that we have gotten using our specific techniques and products and all the things, our expertise, to help her overcome her challenge. She is literally sharing in this post her fear. If we know the answer to her fear and we have no doubt that we can overcome it, then how much more confident do you think she would be to actually book with you? Her one fear is that she's got Asian hair and it likes to stay straight, yet she desires these curls. And if you've got absolute confidence with creating this look and you've got experience and you've literally done it, then how much more confident would she have and trusting you with her hair on her wedding day? You can build this connection and you can quite literally sell your expertise in this comment simply by showing the examples of creating this yourself for another client, or simply by showing how you would overcome the fear of her hair dropping out. You could share your level of authority and expertise on the topic itself. You could share something like, hey, gorgeous Abby, I totally get it. We've had so many Asian brides before that have literally had the same fear. Don't worry, you're not alone. First thing I'm doing is building connection and helping her to see that she is heard, seen, validated, and understood. The first key to selling. The second thing is showing that you have what it takes to help her through to overcome that, right? So you want to show her that you can absolutely create this look with absolute confidence. You can share with her that you, other experiences that you've done. You might not even have to show the photo, but you could actually share like, yes, you're not alone. We've had the brides that have had the same fears as you, and they've like with what products we use with the techniques that we use, their hair always holds. You can literally stand out in your response without even selling, but simply by building a connection with the bride, meeting her where she's at, seeing that she has a fear, and you know that you have absolute confidence to help her overcome that and bring her wedding day vision to life. Now, think about every single bride that you've worked with. If they've got a fear around hair, their anxiety levels are through the roof. But if you can show up with that level of like confidence, for example, I had a bride even at the start of this year and she had natural like 3B curls. I can't remember what the terminology was. And she chose me specifically because I said, I can absolutely, without a doubt, we can absolutely use work with your natural hair. We don't need to curl it. We don't need to pre-curl it. We don't need to restyle it. We will work and we will make sure that we work with the natural curl of your hair so you feel as you as possible. That was her biggest fear. I took the time out of this exact strategy to meet with her in her fear of her hair curl, and every other stylist that she'd spoken to had said, no, we're going to have to blow dry it and then re-curl it. And I was like, no, we don't. We absolutely don't. Because I did that, and because I had confidence in my ability to style her hair through her fears that she had, she chose me. So taking this time to actually meet your bride who is literally sharing with you right here what her fear is and what she desires to create and have on her wedding day will be the reason why she chooses you. Now, if we just look into the comments, where are we? So, my team and I have responded to her twice. Okay, so you can see here, I've actually responded saying these styles are what we're known for, and all of our team have experience with Asian hair, especially if it doesn't hold the curl well. So we've already established our level of knowledge, specifically meeting her fear, helping her see that it is possible, we can help her, and her vision can come to life. But not many others are. So everybody else is just doing the typical, copy and paste, which is cool, because they're doing half the strategy. But look, Pearlin is an incredible hairstylist in Perth as well, and can see the difference. Her comments standing out to me because she's actually taken the time to respond in more depth, right? So can you see here? I hope that you can. The difference between showing up and meeting your brides and building connection and building trust and having an actual conversation and using a lead gen response that will make you stand out is so much more potent with this strategy, and it will get greater results in your bridal inquiries as well. So now I'm just going to take you through how to search for these groups, because I've gone through my Perth groups because obviously we're local to Perth. But if I were searching for Melbourne brides, for example, I would go through and look for the brides who have got the groups that have got the highest number of members and the highest, more common number, like more commonly posted. So they've got 10 posts a day, 7 posts a day, 7 posts a day, 9 posts a day. Okay, so 6 posts a week doesn't look like a really high value group, because if there's only one person posting each day, then it's not really high value. But if they've got 10 posts plus each day, there are brides in there and they're like, help me, send me a recommendation, ASAP, ASAP, ASAP. So that's a high value group. Again, you won't really know until you go and join the group, but once you've joined the group, you'll be able to identify, like I shared in the beginning of this training, that you'll be able to identify exactly if it's high value or if it's just all vendors selling their services. Okay, so the same will be for Sydney, the same will be for Palm Beach. It'll be the same for whatever location you are in. What I would recommend though is that when you are looking, you put the search term up here, you do go to groups, and you also add in separate locations in here. So I'm just going to show you and walk you through this. What you can do is you could join all these groups that are coming up with Palm Beach, and then you can also add Miami, Florida. So you're kind of reaching 2 different markets. You can also then go in and add in every local area that you would service. So then you can go in and actually add those groups as well. Okay, so Brides of South Florida, that is absolutely a great group to jump into. And again, for future brides, you just want to make sure that the group is high value, the brides are engaging with each other and the vendors are engaging with each other and the brides cross. And then also that that they're local, like your soul aligned client, the bride that you want to attract, is absolutely in that Facebook group as well. Now, to answer your question, Jasmine, there was one more question that you had around TFP groups. So what I would look for is, I'm just going to use Palm Beaches as an example. So I would look for style shoots, or maybe even hair and makeup. Oops, don't know what I did there. Hair or makeup. Oh, okay. Oh, we're done. So what you can do is you can jump into these groups here, which is incredible, or you can look for models. So like Palm Beach models, that is also incredible. When you go into here, you can actually start to ask the community as well. So doing more research in the group, because they might be able to lead you towards another group specifically as well. The other thing is you could do styled shoot and just see if anything else comes up by just using the location. I would look into, is that somebody who's local? Oh, here we go. Preferred vendors in South Florida. So I would be looking into these groups. Okay, so styled shoots specifically for weddings is incredible. So this would be an incredible group to jump into and immerse yourself within, and be starting to get involved in those collaborations for those photo shoots would be absolutely incredible. So I'm starting to look for other groups where there might be maybe models or photographers. So here's another example. So models and photographers for TFP shoots, models wanted. So sometimes there's also that there. Here's another example, hair and beauty models in London. So you want to get the group that has got styled shoots or models or hair and makeup for your specific location. So that would be Okay, so here's another actual incredible group. Here, South Florida, models and actors, photographers. This will be work that you could get involved in. So hair and makeup TFP, amazing. So that would be a group that I would be immersing myself in, and I would just continue looking for those same levels of groups. Again, you don't have to look for 1,000 groups. You only just need to look for 1 to 2, maybe 3 groups where everybody's going to collaborate to create and bring to life these styled shoots. And from there, you will start to build more of a network, and people will start to reach out to you personally rather than having to go through these groups as well. So those are 2 groups. Like they will be incredible groups to lean into. I hope that you have found this training incredible. I'll actually leave the lead gen response template below this training. And yes, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. Big love.